Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. We got to spread some love today. And we're going to talk about a subject that I spoke about on my podcast, but you're going to get ready with me at the same time for the day because I got a couple errands to run today. But we're going to talk about loving our imperfections. And in the subject, you're going to tell me if you guys have not talked about this subject with any of your girlfriends, any friends in high school, if you've ever had this conversation before. Why? Because do you ever remember having this conversation with any of your friends talking about body dysmorphia in the sense of the fact that you think you look like something else, but to everyone else, you look very different. For instance, I had this conversation with my husband's nieces not too long ago and my neighbor. And they were saying, I'm too fat, I'm too fat. Mind you, these girls are very skinny and they look beautiful. There's no real reason as for them to really think that they're fat because they're not. And I remember having the same exact conversation with my friends in high school. And I would always look at them like, what are you talking about? Because to me, you look freaking beautiful. Like, there's no reason why why do you see something that I don't, right? And because it is the month of love, I'm like, this is the perfect time to talk about this. Love yourself the way that you are. You're freaking beautiful. If we were just a little bit more grateful of the bodies and how that we had when we were what you could say at our prime, right now many of these same girls think back and say, I wish I had that body. Like, I wish I looked how I looked in high school. And a lot of them have had children, and obviously they don't look the exact same way. But if only we would have been, I'm way chunkier now than I used to be at that time. But I've always liked and love my body the way that it is. So, it was just my friends around me that just didn't really like the way that they looked. And I understand, there's society standards of like everybody wants to look as a certain idol that's out there now. But we're beautiful in the way we are. And if we just spread a little bit of more of that love and self-awareness to like our nieces, our daughters, of always showing them that, you know what, you're beautiful just exactly as you are, they won't really feel like they look different. Like their thoughts will match how they feel on the inside. They won't feel like they need to look like somebody else out there. They can appreciate some other woman's body, but they'll forever love their own. So if we can just a little bit be able and willing to do that for ourselves, it'll be easier. We could do that for our nieces and our daughters, and they'll be in the same boat. And so everyone can be happy with their bodies, love on every single imperfection that they have, because you are perfectly imperfect. And you should. There's no reason why you shouldn't. So because it is Valentine's, let's try to use a little bit of hashtags to so everybody knows this little train that we're on of self-love. Hashtag self-love and hashtag, what was the hashtag that I added? You'll see it. If you watch or you go listen to my episode on Spotify, you can listen on any platform. But I invite you to go and listen to it so you can have that little boost today of just saying, you know what? I love myself. I look beautiful the way that I am. And you are. Just keep telling yourself that every day. You will blossom into a much more beautiful person. You'll start carrying yourself different. So you let me know. You guys write down in the comments what you guys think. And if you've ever had this conversation with a friend, because literally when I heard them talking about it, I reminded me of my friends in high school. And I'm like, I cannot believe every girl still talks about this. And this is still a subject matter for them. So that just goes to show we got to do better. And telling ourselves that we love ourselves so we could keep projecting that to the other girls that see us, follow us, love on us. Like my niece, I always want to show her that she's gorgeous, whichever way she is, whatever skin tone she is. All my nieces, I love them to death, and I always tell them they're beautiful for that same exact reason. I want them to always know they're beautiful and they should love the skin that they're in. So talk to you guys later.